Hi, I'm Janet, and I want to share with you my Hope 360 story. I was 32 years old at the time. Now, I had started my own business when I was just 27, a little risky and very young, and I had started a marketing and communications firm that worked exclusively in the aerospace and defense markets. And so we had 9/11, which was a tragedy in this country and felt all over the world. The markets had nearly collapsed, and my business, which was highly reliant on commercial accounts, the clients had stopped spending money. So in addition to just a lot of just naive business decisions and the impacts of 9/11, I nearly lost the business. So it's February of 2002. My accountants call me in and they said, listen, your business is out of control, Janet. I recommend you call a lawyer on Monday and you consider filing for bankruptcy. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you got to be kidding me. I had prayed for over a year and a half prior to starting Jansen. Was this what God would have me do? Is this where he was leading me? And I knew it. But yet I also knew that I had taken advantage of Jansen, and I was ashamed of what I was hearing. I go home that night and I cry. I'm single, alone, and not alone because I had the Lord, but just physically alone. And I was devastated. And I'm like, Lord, I cannot believe I have to file, and I'm so sorry that I took advantage of this gift that you gave me. So about 4 o'clock the next morning, I get up, and I knew the Lord was speaking to me, and I'm like, okay, God, I know you want to say something, so just say it. And it was just in this voice, I just felt the Holy Spirit like, I'm not a God of bankruptcy. I'm like, I think I got my answer. So I called a friend of mine, and throughout the weekend, I'm calling friends and I'm asking them to pray and just really having that assurance. The church I was going to at the time, they got together, they laid hands on me, they prayed. I went in Monday morning, just so at peace and confident. And I told my accountant, I'm not filing for bankruptcy. And the accountant said, all right, we're done. We wish you all the best. That was disappointing because I was doing the right thing, but that's okay. Went on about my way. So I thought at that moment, that's it. I've hit my deepest valley. It's all going to be up from here. Oh my goodness, no. The days got darker. The days got longer. The money still wasn't there. It was like the debt was continuing to accumulate. So it's like God gave me this answer to not file, but yet I still was in the valley. Until my hope came. Several months later, I get a phone call from a former basketball coach when I was in high school. And he said, Janet, this is Jim Rissmiller, and I hear that you need some help. I'm like, I do. God used Jim to pour into my business to help me from an accounting standpoint, just get the books back in order. And meanwhile, a man in his church who was not overly wealthy by any stretch, but he certainly had some financial blessings in his life. That man poured into my business. He collateralized a loan for me, nearly $500,000. He never spoke with me. He never asked for my business plan. He never did anything. We had 7 years to pay him off, and we did it in just over 2.5. What's my point? This year, it's now July 2017. Jansen's getting ready to celebrate its 20th anniversary here in just a few months. But God was working the heart of somebody 900 miles away from where I live to pour in. So my point is this: when God calls us to do something, the story of hope is stick with it, walk through that valley. He transformed me, he guided me, he led me through, and he just said, it was almost like the Holy Spirit was saying, Janet, just remain patient in tribulation, and I'll bring you hope like you've never imagined. That's my Hope 360 story, and I pray it's a blessing to you.